What's up, everyone? This is the Comic Outlaw. You know who I am. I'm Jack Slater. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This one flies off the rails a little bit, so we're just going to shoot. And if you don't know what shoot means, you need to slap yourself and go ask your daddy. Yeah. Because She Hulk, issue 11, The Adventures of Pseudo Man. And damn, it's about to get weird. In the world of weird, She Hulk reigns supreme. The queen, baby. Anyways, this guy comes out of nowhere. He's Pseudo Man. He has a suit that allows him to manipulate reality. Not only that, the helmet has other special things that we'll get into later. But She-Hulk's wondering, yeah, what the hell's going on? This is your client or former client. You know, this guy's mad at his boss. So he decided to take the suit, do a different route. And as he's leaving, opens the wall, She-Hulk grabs onto him, and she grabs onto the wrong arm. That's the arm the device is on. And he's able to throw her like a rag doll. And this is She-Hulk, mind you. He picks her up by the throat and tosses her up. Now, there's going to be a fine line between illusion, the suit, and a combination of other things. So I'm going to try to explain it as best I could. He threw her up by his hand. And as she's flying up past the Empire State Building, she grabs onto a bar, does some fine gymnastics, but kind of feels like she overshot a little bit. And she comes crashing down on the ground, wondering what the hell's going on, what she got involved into, and how bad she needs a paycheck considering that she just got fired from a lawyering job for saving people's lives. I mean, all in all, She-Hulk is just having a bad night. But at least she picked a fine suit to fight in. I love She-Hulk. And when she crashes down to the ground, of course, this pisses her off. Because she's getting a little tired of these weirdos, a little tired of these nutcases barging in. And also a little tired of having to deal with other people's, mess-ups. So She-Hulk springs ready to fight. But, of course, she needs a little background. So she calls a taxi. Ends up at the place. The secretary's crying, of course. And she bashes down the door and finds the main guy, the guy that hired her, crying. Not only crying, he's experiencing his worst nightmares over and over and over again. And it seems that Pseudo-Man already got to him, kind of putting him in his own personal hell. This is where She-Hulk decides that she needs to pull the plug. She breaks into the wall. And of course, she destroys the main battery. All the stuff, that was drawing Pseudo-Man's power. And of course, the billionaire is kind of happy and relieved to be out of that. And that's just money, and money for him is nothing. I mean, this is the type of guy that wipes his ass with $100 bills, so it means nothing to him. But of course, they need to find out who Pseudo-Man is, what's going on. And of course, this is where he kind of reveals that he built himself a monster. And She-Hulk says, well, there's certain things about him that are real, because she felt his hand around his throat. That wasn't an illusion. Now, this is where he goes on to say the helmet is like a super adrenaline machine, making him think who his perception is who he is. So if he thinks he's Superman or the Hulk, he's going to be Superman or the Hulk. And it just boosts his adrenaline. So it gives him super strength as well. Also the ability to create monsters. And these monsters are actually stomping through Stay Puft Marshmallow Man style. Through the streets, up and down, cheering, laughing, raving, doing whatever it is they do. And basically illusions are running wild here. And I love how the clown just barfs up a bunch of hamburgers, where maybe I'm not supposed to discuss where this clown comes from, may or may not, but let's just say the Grand Royale with cheese is disgusting with Thousand Island dressing, as he burns into flame for his sin. And of course, chaos keeps spreading, madness keeps spreading, and the Statue of Liberty gets a nice redo that I didn't think the Statue of Liberty was ever capable of. But anyways, you gotta love it when someone has like reality manipulation powers. But this is becoming a common trope in She-Hulk since she dealt with it a few issues ago. And of course, Pseudo-Man comes up, gives her a nice elbow, and out of nowhere, a certain ship appears, and starts firing full-on phasers that she used photon torpedoes when it came to the Hulky, but nobody's perfect. She goes in the wall, and this is where she realizes she needs to change her game. This is what I love about Jennifer. She has the ability to think and adapt. She brings in that beautiful car, the Hulk car. And keep it in mind, she smashes into Pseudo Man. She tries to reason with him, but it's not going to work. This guy's a nutbag and a half. And of course, she reaches out, tries to crush the helmet, and gets slammed into that beautiful car. And of course, the car gets slammed into a wall. And since She-Hulk's invulnerable, but the car is not, the car unfortunately dies. R.I.P. to such a sweet machine. Because she's not going to be able to fix it. That is just sad. I was expecting more adventures with an outer space car since everything gets weird here, but the car is dead. Let's have a moment of silence for the car. Anyways, back to the fight. Pseudo-Man is trying to do his best, throwing garbage, throwing this and that, and then She-Hulk decides that she's going to throw some of these splatters on his helmet. This pisses him off, and he charges right for her. Thinking that he's the almighty, he crashes her into a electric tower, which was She-Hulk's plan. She dives down deep, she pulls a cord out, and bam! Just like anything else with technology, you give it a big surge of electricity, with the exception of Iron Man and a few other stuff, it will short out. And he's lying on the floor. They took care of the situation. She-Hulk is kicking it there with her confidant and friend, and she finds someone dancing in the park wearing a hula costume. And she says, well, that's just New York, and things tend to get strange here. But I guarantee you, folks, things get strange everywhere. And I'm the Comic Outlaw. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.